Hello and welcome to Mr. Make Stuff. So today you're going to be joining us for Max's morning routine. Max is our, well, you may have seen some of the videos we've uploaded, but he's our labsky, so Labrador Husky dog. We're going to take you through the paces of how he's set up in the morning and go for his walk. So he currently sleeps between the garage and this outdoor, well, store kind of place we've got as a greenhouse, and that's because he's still chewing all sorts of wood and bits and bobs, so we're keeping him away from the house until he gets past that phase. So we basically get him leashed up and we go through the garage to the local park and we'll take you straight there. So on his walk, we basically also teaching him to stop pulling. So what you'll notice is every now and again, well, not every now and again, every time he pulls, we stop and then he sits down, carry on. So this is just a bit of speeded up footage to the park so you can see how we do this. And this is basic training. So normally people tend to turn around and go the opposite direction. We've taught him to stop, sit and look at us, and then we start walking again. And it's getting, before it was every couple of steps, but now you can see it's sped up, but it's probably about every 10 or 15 steps that you feel him pulling. But this spot here in particular has lots of cats as well, so we try and go through this locally to make sure cats. You can see he's wagging his tail when he sees cats really excitedly. So we go into the park and we do a quick kind of walk around just to get some of his energy out. We're still training him on recall and we're working on long leash. We may do that in a separate video. Here reach the park, so now he'll just have a little bit of a wander and smell around. He tends to go in this corner or the other corner just behind here. And we'll just kind of keep going around the park. Normally twice or three times is the magic number and he normally goes. We mark it with toilet so he knows that we can ask him to speed up. But above this hill is another spot in this dirty park, loads of rats and rubbish that people leave around. So he kind of gets scent of stuff and he'll poke his ears up and go into hunter mode. So basically just give him a little round and get him used to being on leash and walking nicely in the park as well. There's a football area and a slight parking area, so we use different surfaces that we walk him on. And this is just showing you how the park looks. But yeah, Max is coming on now. You may see from the other videos he is getting a bit bigger. He's at 21 kg the last time we weighed him, and he's at 6 months old. And he's got those poking up, standing up ears from the husky side of the family. And he's coping well. He's a quick learner, he's very clever, so it's easy to teach him stuff. We normally do routines in the park with him where we do sit, stay, and let's as in lie down and speak. Those two things that we do cover with him. So here you'll see we're just taking you with this journey. This is kind of real time. It's sped up at maybe 2 times, 3 times the speed. The whole walk lasts about 15-20 minutes. So we'll take you through that as he does his business. We kind of treat him. So you'll see as he does his business, he'll come over to us to ask for his treat. Because what will happen is if he goes outside, he actually gets a treat from us, whereas if he does a sneaky one in the garden, then he doesn't get a treat, so that kind of trains him.
Sit. Sit. Hold. Sit. Sit.
Home. And when we go back home, we kind of go through the routine of cleaning him up. So we basically make sure his face is clean. We use a towel for that, so that's basically water, and we wipe over his face, and then it's relatively dirty. We actually wash off his paws as well. We use a spray bottle with a diluted vinegar and water mix, and we just spray off all 4 paws, and then that's kind of him ready. And then we go into the feeding side of it. So we just basically top up his water as well. So he's got fresh water every time he goes for a walk. We basically clean out the old water and put in some new water. And he knows it's eating time now because you can see how he's kind of just meandering about the door. So his food is stored in the garage in the bags it came in. So this is some of the stuff we got from tails.com. Got a couple of bags. We basically mix this with a number of things, each time keeping it different. So he gets 1 scoop. He's based on his weight, he should be getting between 500 and 600 grams a day. this is split into two meals, so you'll see I basically, well, that one scoop is half of that, so it's basically about 300-ish, 290-ish grams. A bit of coconut oil, and that's normally good for his food, keeps him tip top. So we put a bit of that in. Sometimes we put in additional things as well, calcium, things like that. But we do have crushed eggshells, which we do use, which is a good option. And the coconut oil is good for your hands as well, so you just rub that on as you put it in. So you can see there he's sitting comfortably, licking his lips because he knows it's coming and it's eating time. So there's a bit of a calcium, basically ground up eggshells, that together, and then we put a few extra things in there from the house. So I normally feed him outdoors because we give him bones and stuff as well, so it's easier to wash up after him because he is a bit of a messy eater. And there's an egg, raw egg in there, and I normally put some veg. So we've got some beans, green beans that I just basically put into the mix, and a bit of water because the kibble can be quite dry. So that is a nice handy meal for him, and it's varied each time. Sometimes he gets a bit of chapati, a bit of bread that we make, which you may see in some of the later videos that we may do. This is just the morning routine. So here you'll see we'll get him to sit, and then get a paw, and make him speak, and then he gets his food. So it's a bit of extra
Bolt.
training.
Bolt. Sit. Bolt.
You can see when the food's there, he's really quick at responding. And that's him eating. So that's the morning routine done for Labsky. Max Labsky. Follow him on Instagram, loads of photos and updates there, and let us know if you want to see another one for his afternoon or evening setup. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.